Okay, welcome to a little game that I played. I'm just commentating on the game. This is a random draft game played on the regular pubs. Gyro, Zeus, Tusk, Doom, and Disruptor versus Timbersaw, Sand King, Invoker, Ember Spirit, and Silencer.
Prepare for battle.
It's in their bag.
This one
According to the forecast.
I think I might just play this from my perspective as well.
is true, and that one they are all in
Player perspective, me.
bag.
30 seconds to battle.
Okay, and I need to slow it down to normal. What is normal? That looks normal.
The battle
Okay.
begins.
So Timbersaw, I don't know if that was worth it, but yeah. He got the bounty rune, but he spent like so much health and mana. Actually, I might just do. This is gonna be boring if it's from my perspective. He literally almost died. He got out by the timber chain of his chinny chin chin. Like he timbersawed in, and then can you draw? Can I draw? How do you draw on the friggin' map? Alt? Control? I don't remember. Nope, I don't know. Oh, let's do last hits. So the lanes are Timbersaw, Sand King versus Disruptor and Gyrocopter. And this is the most aggressive I need to turn the volume down a little bit, I think, on my computer. Okay. Yeah. Gyro just got a double kill. Not the best start. Luckily no one's calling like GG yet, seems like. Meanwhile, I'm against Zeus. Zeus has 4-0 and I'm 4-1. It's a pretty close matchup. He's probably gonna get this last hit. Nope. My last hitting woes. Continue. Like how many waves has it been? This is the 4th wave, and I've only got 5 last hits. It's pretty embarrassing, especially against a Zeus, who's not going to stop you from last hitting at all. And so it's Invoker versus Zeus mid, and then the last lane is Ember and Silencer versus Tuskar, and then they have a jungling Doom. So Zeus just got his bottle and used pretty much all of his mana and then some, like all of his bottle charges, just to take me to like half health. And I'm like, well, I'm Invoker, so I don't really care because I just have Quaz. Doesn't really affect me. And then this is one of those scenarios where, since I'm low health, when I level up to level 4, I get another Quaz. It changes my regen from like 3 to 7 approximately, or like 4 to 7 actually is more accurate. Meanwhile, not much is happening. There's no kills. Ember Spirit's getting pretty good farm, and he is. Are they shutting him down? Shutting down this Tuskar? Yeah, Tuskar has 0 for 0, 0 and 0, whereas Gyrocopter has 9-3 up against Timbersaw's 6-0. So Timbersaw's getting way more out of the lane. And Zeus is beating me as well. I think when he started spamming the lightning, see now he should start losing his advantage. If I could just last hit. Because I apparently can't. Okay, so there we go. So yeah, Zeus is out of mana and 0 bottle charges. I think at that point, when Zeus just got that deny, I was pretty annoyed because how is Zeus like out hitting me, like outlast hitting me? Zeus going for the rune, gets it, and I sent this thing to deny the bottom one, but it wasn't in time. So, not having a great game yet at all. Pretty low on the CS board. Although in general, our team has about, I don't know, what is that? 40, and the other team has about 50, so it's really not horrible for us right now. And that's really not all that matters, except net worth does matter. And I'm sure Gyro, yep, Gyro's at the top. So, last hits. The worst is when you attack, like you commit that attack and then you realize just right there, just like that, that you shouldn't have committed that attack because something else is going to kill the creep. Oh, Gyro just got another kill. So, kind of a lot of feeding, actually, for Gyro. I don't know. Oh, he's probably building Mask of Madness next. So I'm getting a ping out saying, let's go on Zeus, from the Silencer, who shows himself. And Zeus is way behind the tower. He just runs through. Dire Vision, they have Vision on top rune, and Zeus is checking the bottom. Meanwhile, this kind of allows me to get a little bit more farm. Do some damage to the tower while he was doing that. You can pull back the creep wave. Oh, but he does the same thing, so this would generally help you get a little bit more damage on the tower, but since Zeus pulled the creep wave off, it didn't really make a difference. So we're 0-3, and the 3 kills that they have are on the... Did Tuskar just die? Oh, they just got a kill on Tuskar. That's just silly. He's level 6, but he didn't even upgrade his to his ultimate. So, that might have been a mistake. Looks like there's going to be a gank happening on Doom if they can find him, and they do find him. They stun him. Oh, he's so dead. Does he get denied? Nope. So that's a good kill. And wow, that's a lot of burst damage. So tying up the game, 3-3, and these guys are out of mana, but they still want to go, and they want to dive on a Gyrocopter when he has his ult. Ember finally got his ultimate. They're diving on the Gyrocopter. And that's probably not going to end well for them. Holy moly. A triple kill? Sunstrike? Got it. That actually might have made a pretty big difference. Meanwhile, I also got a kill on mid.
Tower is under attack.
And oh, Tuskar couldn't reach, but he's gonna get this kill, I think. Oh, but he's not level 6. Never mind. He can't get this kill. And if I turned, then I probably could have helped actually get this kill right here. See how low he goes. Yeah. It's questionable. I probably could have turned and done like a... Thing is, I don't have... I should have done Ice Wall. I probably didn't have the invoke though, because I had just invoked Sunstrike to kill Gyrocopter, so... Meanwhile, I thought this was an illusion because I was like, who stands there? And then... It's like he's gonna hit me and then die. So, pretty bad plays by Tusk all around, keeping us in the game really. If we didn't get that Sunstrike kill on Gyro, he would have been out of control. I mean, he already is out of control. Net worth is Y. So Y, Q, okay, so Y. Net worth. I'm right behind the Gyrocopter. Meanwhile, Gyrocopter farms the stack. And we don't have vision of this. I try to have a go on Void. Looks like I'm gonna die here. Yeah, I'm dead. But a revenge kill on Zeus. And then a revenge. A revenge kill on the revenge kill. Nope, not gonna happen. So, pretty bad trade for us, because right after Sand King Burrow Strike and then getting hit by the Ice Shards is a problem. But he makes it out.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Zeus coming back to the middle, and I'm headed to middle. Generally with Invoker, I like to
Radiant's
hit level 9, push down the tier 1, and then go to another lane and push down each tier 1. And then usually I have like 4 staff and I start kind of either just like farming pretty fast or so Gyro, a good 400 gold lead over me. They have the top 2 net worth by kind of a long shot. Ember Spirit has very minimal farm. Zeus got greedy with his mana. That was a guess at if he was going to step forward and do lightning to the creep wave. He stepped on this side of the creep instead of this side, but if he stepped over here, I probably would have killed him with a cold snap Sunstrike. Meanwhile, both teams seem pretty content to just stay in the laning phase, although this is anger by beautiful play by Timbersaw and Snap Silencer because his supports were not around. Meanwhile, I'm getting ulted by Doom and ulted by Zeus, and then we turn. Problem is, Zeus can lightning bolt again. Now Zeus is out of mana and they're both silenced. Doesn't matter though. And looks like he's gonna get away unscathed. This is a good time for a Sunstrike if you're paying attention, but it's kind of a lot of mana spent sometimes, although I have plenty. A lot of mana for a potential kill, and then it's a lot of time as well to get back to kind of what you'd like to have, which is Forge Spirit, then Cold Snap, and have Invoke on cooldown. That takes like about a minute to do if you try to go through a little bit more than a minute. It takes 66 seconds to get back to kind of what let's see, well no, it takes longer. If you invoke, oh that was just silly, if you invoke Sunstrike and use it, all of a sudden you have a 22 seconds until you can cast Forge, 22 seconds until you can cast, oh yeah, okay, 66 seconds. So 66 seconds until you can have Forge, Cold Snap, and Invoke ready again. I should have seen this coming. They had a 3-man gank on bottom, and for some reason it really, really worked out. And on top of that, Ember is going to get picked off. He has 0 mana. I think I'm teleporting in for this, yeah. No? Did I cancel? Oh, I got stunned by Zeus. That was kind of silly. And now, turn, try to get the Disruptor, and end up not getting it, but going invisible, and Zeus is out of mana. So he can't Lightning Bolt to see. Meanwhile, Silencer getting some revenge on Doom. Keeping the mana low on the enemy team. That's pretty good. He's doing pretty good. That means these guys have to go back to base. Like, all of them. And there's Disruptor. Oh, he's dodging the Sunstrike. That is hilarious. Yeah, I'm not going to commit 66 seconds for an attempt. Look, look. He doesn't want to go in. These are where, like, Dota fails. Dota cinema fails happen, where this guy gets Sunstriked anyway. Oh, it's so great. That has happened to me where I'm like, I think he's going to be here. And then I hit him right here. But so many times I'll throw it right here, and then they walk through it as I still have vision, but it's not a kill. Diving on the Zeus, who has very little mana. I don't know what the Zeus is doing. Oh, the horrible, horrible luck. And yet he still gets a kill. With more to spare, actually, on top of that. Meanwhile, can we get the Gyrocopter? He has no mana. So this game is actually pretty even. In fact, when I'm Invoker in this scenario, I'm usually pretty comfortable. I have the highest net worth. We're still pushing forward, still getting kills, and it looks like we're gonna overextend here. What am I gonna do? Meteor. Missed the meteor. Oh, that's embarrassing. We still get the kill there, and I died. And Silencer's dead. So that's an overextension by us. Meanwhile, Ember Spirit. I think he teleported here. Oh, and he's about to get doomed. But can Doom stay with him and get the kill? With TP support from Timber? Oh, that was a really, really good critical with 20% probability. Let's see if Doom is just so freaking tanky, but slow. And the kill. Yep, the tower finishes it off. And Zeus. This is where Sunstrike also should have come in. Here comes the meteor, and I even committed the medallion on while the bullet was in the air, just to make sure it killed him. Probably would have killed him anyway. But it does change Zeus's armor from 3 to -4. Oh, I think they increased this, which is probably why they increased the price of it. I think it used to 6 armor reduction, but now it's 7. Is that the same as, yeah, it's just as good as a Desolator, as far as minus armor. And I was trying to get my point booster, so I might die as a result. Looks like the team is coming in to help. And, oh yeah, the attacks up the hill get the kill. And Cold Snap, you can't do anything. That's an amazing run by us. A 4 for nothing. All because I got greedy and tried to get my point booster, which seemed to work out. So it looks like I'm building Scotty since I have these 2 items. You don't. I really hate it when people draw on the map like this because you can't see the minimap. Such a pubby thing to do. space created, I guess, for gyrocopter. Just doing some mad work. Let me check the stream just to make sure it looks good. Yeah, it looks fine. So back to a farm fest. The score is 19 to 17 across the board. The kills. So the net worth is Y, and then W. Kills and deaths is Q. 6 and 2 for me, 7 and 2 for Gyro. So actually not that good given that he had a 3-0 start. 4 and 4 for Timber, 4 and 4 for. It's a really even game, actually. It's actually ridiculously even. 4 and 4, 3 and 3, 3 and 3, 3 and 3, 2 and 5, 2 and 5, 0 and 5. And those are on other teams back and forth, so quite a bit of. And like I said, I like to Forge Spirit, kill the mid tower, and then go to a different lane, possibly overcommit trying to kill someone like a Disruptor. So looks like there's 4, 5 heroes converging. We get. You know what was clutch right there for us to lose this fight so hard, which we got a Disruptor and lost basically 3 of our cores. Is that right before Disruptor died, he got his static, he got like all of his spells off. So we were stuck in his ult, meanwhile 4 other heroes were converging, and without even just like stumbling upon the fight, there was 4 heroes stuck in the ult, or 3 heroes stuck in the ult, static ult, that, what is that thing called? Static Storm. And within the kinetic field, that hurt pretty bad. Good place by Ember. He teleported in, tried to get some kills, and then booked it back to his remnant, which was, I think, bottom, yeah, where he left it. So a pretty good place. So now that score is even across the board. Oh, I just killed Zeus though. In a 2-on-1, I'm pretty sure it was. Oh. See, okay, I'm really curious where he went. Oh, I didn't know. Did he just buy that? Because I was like, where the freak did he go? I was going to come up here and cold snap him. And I was like, I don't know where the heck he went. I think I'm still looking for him. No, I gave up. Silencer coming out here to solo the Gyro? This is pretty heavy commitment when you don't even know what's coming your way. And there's a teleport in by the Zeus. Oh, this doesn't look good. Wow. Timber, regardless of the horrendous positioning, got a kill. Timber, so this is still an even trade, 2 for 2. Oh, he gets sent back. Meanwhile, Invoker doing nothing and Sand King not there. I mean, it was a huge overcommitment to come all the way over to here to try to drop a ward or something. He didn't even drop it. But that was a huge overcommitment. Meanwhile, Doom jumping on the Invoker, and yeah, when you have 1 or 2, oh, and he didn't have Doom ready, that's why. Because I'm pretty sure I was low health when he did that. So at 22 minutes in, this is like the difference between a really good Invoker game and a really bad Invoker game. Really bad Invoker game, you're like scraping to get levels. In this game, it's like, wow, I'm already level 17. Nice, I can start doing my like wombo combo stuff. 17 is the crux, is the level that you want to be when you're Invoker and you're trying to like be that team fight, be that tornado meteor blast, because what it gives you is 2 Wex and 4 Invoke. 4 Invoke means 5-second cooldown, and 2 Wex means that it's not a ridiculously short tornado distance and meteor distance. So because of that, you can do like pretty good range tornadoes, pretty good range meteors, and super high damaging meteors and blasts. So blast would do 280 because it's based solely on exhort, and then meteor does 162 plus 62 per second. Simple kill for the Ember and the Invoker on the bottom. But Chaos Meteor does contact damage 162,
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
and every half a second it does
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
damage per second. I don't know if that's damage per second or damage per tick. It's probably damage per second because that's what it says. So it doesn't seem like it's that much damage for Chaos Meteor, but it really does do a lot of damage, especially if they're forced to sit in it for a while. The tornado also does quite a bit of damage. So if you hit like any hero with this, you'll do 70 plus 90. At this point, 160 damage for the drop down on the tornado. Plus the Forged Spirits are usually attacking, but you also have the 162, the 32, and the Blast, which is 280. So it's quite a bit of damage. Meanwhile, Doom going on the Silencer, pretty big commitment by the Sand King to, on a hasted Doom, go for a ultimate, but it doesn't work out. He does almost no damage with his ult. Meanwhile, the entire Dire side is converging on the forest, and Timbersaw is the only one in there. Literally. And let's see what he can do. This guy is magical. He's so mobile, and they don't commit. They back off. Zeus backs off. I'm not even there. And Silencer's at home. Meanwhile, Gyro has 12,000 net worth. He's a beast. I don't know how you zoom out in a Dota game, in a commentating game, and how do you draw on the map? Kind of getting outplayed by the Gyro here, but it's not a big deal. I mean, I'm doing more damage and forcing him back. Oh, that commitment. No, this is a bad call. This does not look good. Yep. This TP support in, I think it got cancelled, but Zeus still up dropping his ult, which probably helped what's his face win that fight. Wow. Ember is doing pretty good with pretty minimal farm again. Oh, the Timber Chain didn't go. Snowball onto Ember, who's out of mana. Oh! Oh, that would have been epic, but he did pretty good. While the Tusk was about to ult, like to get that last hit of his ult, Ember Spirit like danced around, and then when he came out, he got killed. So a pick off on the Invoker, and then a 3-for-3 trade at top, and they got the bottom tier 1 tower. So probably a favorable trade for them. Oh, fight recap, I forgot about this. They got 9,000 out of that. Oh, that stops the replay too, interesting. So you can see the abilities that were used. Interestingly, it has, he used Call Down for me, Rocket Barrage, Homing Missile, and BKB, and I just used Blast, Sunstrike, which missed. Yeah, this right here and this is like its own fight. And then these 3 deaths right here, and these 3 deaths are kind of their own fight too. Anyway, I'm going to look up really quick how to zoom out. Zoom out in Dota 2 commentating.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, I think it's like control something, but console commands. Oh, and something's going. There's a blast, which probably missed. Gyro, this is an interesting fight. Oh, here we go. That is what that was the right call. So I went invisible knowing that there's no way this Gyro's getting out. Even if he tries to TP, he already uses BKB. Cold Snap is ready, and I'm just slowing the crap out of him with Ghost Walk. That was a great play. I don't always have great plays, but when I do, they're pretty good. I think the blast must have missed because he had BKB'd, which, Nathan, if you're watching, BKB is an item. It looks like this, and you can read it. It says grants spell immunity for some duration, but every time you use it, the duration gets reduced, and the cooldown also gets reduced. So you can use it the first time you use it, it lasts for 10 seconds, and you can't use it again for another 70 seconds after it ends, because it has an 80-second cooldown. Then the next time you have 1 second shorter, so 9 seconds, but 5 seconds earlier that you can do it.
Bottom tower is under attack.
So generally people think that BKB gets worse as you use it more,
Bottom tower has fallen.
which is, I would say, is probably true in most cases. But sometimes it's nice to have it like every minute or every 55 seconds, because you don't necessarily need the whole duration. You just need to like break free of some certain spell. Because a lot of times you'll get, like, if you get silenced or you have some sort of debuff on you, you can't cast spells, but you can cast items generally. There's a couple exceptions to that, exactly 2 exceptions, but generally if someone puts a debuff on you, well, there's more than, if you get like a debuff that's just a debuff, like you're slowed or you're silenced, then you can use spells still,
Is under attack.
except for Doom's ult, which is just special, and then Disruptor's ult, which he's not in this. Oh yeah, he is in this game. If he gets a certain item, he can make his ultimate. Anyway, big fight coming. The perfect meteor, but the BKB just cancels any effectiveness of it. This is a huge fight. It's very hard to commentate. I just focused on getting a kill. We got the Gyrocopter and the Disruptor at the cost of 4. Meanwhile, Sand King doing literally nothing. So that was a 5v4 engagement. We lost 4. This is really, really pushing them back into the game. If you look at the experience, we are still up barely. And gold. Where's the gold? Net worth, we were up until that fight. So, pretty bad fight for us. Anyway, like I was saying, so if someone silences you, you can use the BKB to break free of it. BKB usually takes out all debuffs. But there's other debuffs, like, for example, if you get stunned, you can't actually cast items or spells because you just can't do anything. You can't move. Same as like turning people into an animal, like a sheep. It's called a sheep stick, and there's a chase on the Doom, but he has ridiculous regen with his Scorched Earth, and he's already back to like 800 health, and they committed a lot to kill him. Meanwhile, oh, I was gonna figure out how to zoom. And Sand King goes invisible, they can't see him. Beautiful plays, actually. I just came back online. Ember's getting pretty strong, but oh, the Sunstrike hits all 3, which means it splits the damage between all 3. No kill on the Tuskar yet. And this is a very bad engagement. Although now, gee whiz, they have a lot of spell damage. This would have been a great game for a pipe, but no one seems to be going for it. Oh, the Timber dies. So it's a 3 for 2 trade. They did get the Gyro, so not the worst, I guess, but still, once again. see what. Oh dang, Zeus just killed me. I'm not sure how. I was looking at a text from my friend. Okay, so how do you zoom the camera in and out? List of console commands. Zoom. Oh, I don't want console commands. I don't know what it is. I don't want to read an entire thread. Okay. So, I'm dead. We still have one more kill than the enemy team, but you can see the net worth. They have the top 2, while we have the next 4. So it's actually pretty even, I bet. Looking at the gold graph, they have a 2,000 gold lead and a 4,000 experience lead, which translates to usually about 1 or 2 levels on some of their heroes, which at this point doesn't matter. It matters a little bit, but not that much in my opinion. Really no action across the map right now. I'm literally standing there at my tier 1. We're just watching what's going on. Sand King jumps over to the Tuskar, stuns him. Now he's getting Zeus ulted, and Sand King was gone on. Static Link hits 3. Tornado, Silence, Meteor. Can I blast? Oh no, but I miss everyone. And Tuskar goes down. Ember comes in and gets doomed immediately. I alacrity myself and go for the doom, get that last hit, and meanwhile I go invisible the last second. Zeus has mana, but he's silenced from a previous silence, and I'm able to emerge unscathed. So this is where I think the game starts to look and feel pretty bad for us. Zeus is getting his Yules. Disruptor almost has Mechanism. Gyro has like BKB and like he's 4-slotted basically. Tuskar got his Desolator. So this net worth is probably ridiculous. Yeah, they have like a 7,000 gold lead. So now it's, and they're beating down on the tier 1. 2 of ours are dead, 1 of theirs is dead. Ember's down and Silencer's down on our team, but they don't have their doom. They're hitting our mid barracks. Here comes the Tornado, the Gyro call down, Meteor. Is there a blast? There is not a blast. Oh, a blast. Oh! I blast and Zeus Yules at the same exact time. They've taken out Sand King. They're very low. Many of them are low. Gyro finally goes down to a Gyro jump, and Ember stays alive, but Zeus finalizes the kill and has 18 health and a Sunstrike. Can it kill him? It does. So we kill 4, they kill again the Ember and the Sand King. So that actually really, really helped us, except that they took down the melee racks in mid. Holy crap, that was an intense fight. The BKB is pretty good against Invoker, but I'm pretty sure you kind of just focus on other people and it's fine. I have 3,000 gold in addition to having I have Scotty, 4-staff, medallion, and boots.
Dire's top tower
plus ultimate orb. The ultimate orb, not sure what I'm gonna build, I don't remember. I think I'd buy the ultimate orb with Invoker, just assuming I can go anywhere with it. I can go Sheepstick, Lincoln's, and I have Scotty, but in this case I already have I have Scotty. Trying to kill these golems before the minute mark so I can step away for a second, come right back and do it again. Zeus and Gyro are finally spawning, so we'll see what happens when they get back into the mix. Yeah, so I have 3,700. Zeus ults just to find our positions. Looks like we're just farming away. Where is Zeus, and why did he do that? He was just seeing if we were in his forests, which we're not. So gives the green light to Doom and Zeus to farm the jungle. Doom is now topping out the net worth because he probably got a Hand of Midas. He did get a Hand of Midas, and that's super greedy, but it's, well, I guess it's not super greedy. It's pretty much. It just makes it so he can't really fight early, very early, but he has Blink Dagger, Aghanims, Shiva's Guard, Phase Boots, Medallion, and Hyperstone with 1200 to boot. So we knew that was an illusion. I'm pretty sure even in the chat he said, "I know it's an illusion, don't worry." We didn't commit any spells that have a long cooldown on it. So meanwhile, there's pretty good vision for the dire side. We have a little bit of vision, just enough to know. Do we know about this rush? I don't think we do. So the kills are 41 to 41. There's 4 guys going into rush. Actually, is that all 5 of them? Yeah, that's all 5 of them. Tarskar's about half health, and they do get the rush on, but the tornado comes and hits. How many did that hit? That hit 3. Where's their other hero? Oh, Zeus. He must have blinked out or something, yeah. So it was a good idea for the tornado, and it's a level 4 Wex, so it goes pretty far. So you can literally stand at the top of the stairs on the Radiant side and just cast it in, which is what I did. The only reason it didn't hit Gyro is because he BKB'd, so it literally would have hit all 5. Not that we would have gotten any kills, I was just checking Roche, and it turns out I was right. A blast and a cold snap onto Doom in the mid doesn't produce any kills. Kills deaths right now. Me and Gyro both have 15, and I have 15-6. Gyro has 15-7. So it's kind of an intense game right now because it looks like whoever loses the next couple fights is probably going to lose the game. There's a snowball onto Invoker, and it kind of Doom and Tuskar out of position, which initiates a fight. But oh, why don't you? Ember stands there, gets doomed, and most of his life goes away. A blast onto the Doom. He's at 300 health. Oh, the mech charge. Well, he was on like 100 health. The mech charge came through. The tornado meteor onto Dusturuptor. He's dead. Silence goes out. Walrus punch onto Invoker. Gyro call down hits 1, but it kills him. Now it hits again on the second hit. Hits onto the silencer. He's getting low. Buyback by the Ember. He double ults in. Gets blown up. But he did quite a bit of damage. Takes off the Aegis from Gyro, and there's 2 down, the Tuskar and the Disruptor, but there's 3 down from the Radiant side, now 4 down, and that's a dieback by Ember. 70 seconds on the sideline. Invoker, 70 seconds on the sideline. The skill kills are 43 to 46, and this is the ranged Drax. Luckily, they do not have... They have 50 solid seconds for 3 of our heroes to come back. They are going to do some deeps to our base. 50 seconds. They're pounding on the tier 4s. There's a couple timber chains come out and a homing missile response on the timber saw. He casts blade mail just because he's cheeky.
Radiant's middle
And one tier 4 goes down. 30 more seconds. 30 full seconds. But Timbersaw looks like he's pushing him back. He kills the creep wave with his double chains because he has agonyms. And holy moly. This would have been double or triple racks probably. But luckily we still had this tier 2 and this tier 2. Oops. This tier 2. Which means, for those of you who don't know, that all towers are invulnerable unless the tower in front of it is dead. So this tower is invulnerable until this tower is dead. This tower is invulnerable until the tower that sat here is dead. So you can't just come into the base and kill. Normally you could just come down and kill this other racks. And the barracks, when you say racks, you mean barracks. And what that does is that when you take out the ranged racks, your ranged creeps that spawn are, I believe they do twice the damage. Let me check. So the ranged creeps do twice the damage, and they have 30 or 40% more health. Or, no, they have double health and double damage. So they're about 4 times better. And then the same thing is true of your melee racks. If they kill your melee barracks, then your melee creeps have half. Then their creeps have. Actually, they didn't double. Super melee creep doesn't have double, but it has double damage and 200 more health. Silence out. We kill the Tuskar. They kill the Silencer. Big fights ensuing. Static Storm on 2, but the Sand King ultimate comes in. Ember goes down. Silencer's down. 3 are down though. Gyro, Tuskar, Disruptor are down. Oh, Invoker doesn't cast a tornado in time to save Sand King. So it's a 3 for 4. Invoker and Timber are the only ones standing, while Doom is the other one standing for the Radiant side. But this Doom is fat. And Invoker's at half health, Timber's at 1/3 health, plenty of mana on both, and Doom is full health. He blinks in. He tries to get his Doom off, but Invoker with the Scythe of Ice right before, and he tries to force staff away but doesn't get through the trees. Now he turns, and oh, Invoker gets doomed and hit by the level death, which does like 1 billion damage when you're at level 25. And meanwhile, Timbersaw puts on the blade mail. Oh my gosh. Timbersaw, with a sliver of health, goes back to the Doom, who also has a sliver of health, turns on his blade mail, and Doom casts a spell which kills himself. That was good, and it didn't kill the Timbersaw. Timbersaw is just a little bit too tanky. Oh, that was a pretty sweet fight. Meanwhile, the melee racks, since the creeps are so big on the Dire side, then if left unattended, they will just win the game. They'll just keep pushing the tier 4 and kill the base. So you have to constantly, taking barracks in this game is so important, because at this point, the Dire side, the enemy, the top right, that's called the Dire, and the bottom left is called the Radiant. They have a pretty big advantage in that they don't have to do anything about middle. It will just constantly push into our base. So if we're busy trying to kill them or whatever, their creeps will eventually win the game for them. So, and once you get all the barracks, meaning all 3 sets, there's 3 lanes, so there's 3 sets of barracks, so 6 total buildings, these 6 buildings, these 2, and these 2. Once you get those, your creeps get like not just twice as good, but like 10 or 15 times as good as the enemy creeps, and each one feels like you're killing a hero. It's very difficult to come back from. There are very few pro games where that's happened. I mean, heroes in this game get really, really strong, so there are a lot of heroes that can hold off indefinitely against mega creeps. That's called mega creeps. But it's very rare. It's very difficult. It puts pressure on every single lane. So even if you have one hero that's really strong, he can push out one lane by himself, sure. But guess what? You still have to deal with the enemy heroes and the other 2 lanes. So it is not an easy task. Ember gets picked off by probably a static, it looks like, yeah. Glimpse was used, as well as Thunderstrike. Nothing more. And they de-ward with the Zeus Lightning Bolt. That's OP. So, Invoker up to the top lane. Oh, I remember this. I did a Ghost Walk gank on a Tusk illusion. So buckle up, because the game's about to get interesting, because I played this game and I remember what happens. So Invoker pushing top. All 5 Dire are up, and they are pushing bottom. The bottom tier 2 is still up. It's at like 1/4 health. Invoker took care of another illusion. Now he's beating down on the tier 2. So the tier 2, Alacrity, it's going down, it's gone. Meanwhile, both the tier 2 towers, bottom and top, for the Dire's tier 2 goes down at the same exact time that the Radiance does. So these 4 guys are pushing in against 3 because Ember's still down and Invoker's still top with no TP. Okay, a blink in by Sand King. He's ulting, he gets stopped, and they commit a lot of crap to kill. They put the Doom on Sand King. The double silence goes out. Ember Spirit finally back in the world with the living. Meanwhile, Invoker already took out the tier 3 because he does so much freaking damage right now, and he has Alacrity. A teleport in from the Tuskar. He snowballs. Meanwhile, the bottom Ember gets picked off. There's still 2 down here for the Radiant side defending. Looks like 3 are still up here. Timber gets taken out by the Invoker. A buyback by Ember Spirit keeps this. Oh, a huge overcommitment. A huge fountain dive by the Dire side means that they don't actually get the racks, and Ember with a sick-as glimpse dodge with his thing. Meanwhile, Gyro at the top comes back, he bought back. There's a blast, and yeah, so Invoker solos the Tuskar and the Gyro with Gyro's buyback, and he already took top racks. Bottom racks was not taken on the Radiant side. A Sunstrike over to Disruptor, doesn't kill him, puts him low, looks like he's going to escape. Meanwhile, Invoker, here's a big decision. Do I go for bottom, or do I go for the base? So I chose base because I see 100 seconds on Gyrocopter, because he just died back. Meaning he bought, if you have enough money, you can click buyback, and you pay to not have to wait this cooldown right here to come back into the game. So once you do that once, you can't do it for another like 7 seconds. Okay, Disruptor teleports back home. He's got double damage rune. A sheep stick immediately on him, and he goes down. So there's 11 seconds until Tuskar, 14 for Doom. The Radiant's base has taken some damage. Disruptor buys back, and Tuskar's coming back in 2, and all tier 4s are down on both sides. And it's even racks. There's a mid-racks for Radiant's mid-racks is down, and the top racks for Dire's down. An Alacrity and a Cold Snap onto Tusk, but I get doomed. Then there's a Shiva's Guard and huge Sand King ultimate kills Tuskar and Disruptor. Meanwhile, none of us are dead, but Invoker dies. Sand King dies because the Doom comes in, but the Doom also finally dies. Ember's at 166. He dies to the Zeus ult. The silence was just a split second off. He blinks away. Zeus is off to safety. Silencer's up, Timber's up, and Zeus are up. Zeus is the only one defending the base. Timber is beating down on the Ancient. A buyback by Invoker with a purchase of Boots of Travel. Where's he going? He's coming right in. Oh, but Zeus gets away. Now it's the base is at 3,000 health, 2,500 I mean. Oh, a buyback by Doom. He dooms. No, he doesn't have Doom. He doesn't have Doom for 40 seconds. Invoker turns around, tries to kill the Zeus. He's at 164. He doesn't die. A turn. Oh! Gyro with his ult kills 2. Oh, so Sand King. So only Invoker and Timbersaw still up, and the tornado comes through, hits 3, puts an end to the chase of the Dire. Invoker's still on buyback penalty. You can't gain creep gold while this happens, and homing missile across the entire map hits Invoker, doesn't do anything, and a haste rune to boot. Dire now have 5 heroes up, and the Radiant side has 3 heroes up, including Timbersaw, Sand King, and Invoker. And the dust has settled a little bit. The Dire's base came to about 16 or 1700. The Radiant's Ancient is still regenerating at 3700 out of 4200. So this game, both teams could lose the game with the slightest error. This requires, when your base, when all the enemy has to do is come hit your base for like a few thousand damage, if you lose a fight or if you don't play correctly, you will lose the game. Tornado shows that Gyro's trying to do the Roshan, but luckily Invoker makes a decision to, after he 4 steps forward, back himself up because there are 4 heroes here. Okay, so Sand King. So really, the reason that this is such an interesting game is that Invoker went up to the top on a Ghost Walk mission to gank the Tuskar, but meanwhile, the Dire were getting ready to take bottom racks. So Invoker actually raxed faster by himself than the other team did with all 5 against 4 down there. And it was actually 5v3 for a long time until Ember finally came back. Ember came back, died, and bought back, and I don't remember if he died again, but that was pretty clutch play. So Invoker might have been a better decision to find a TP or sprint your way back home, but ends up taking top racks and 2 tier 4s and beats the Dire's Ancient into half, which in turn forced the Dire away from this racks. They did dive, which was a big mistake. They could have taken this racks and probably would have won the game right then and there had they done that. Just ignore Invoker, or ignore the dive, take the racks, and then TP it back as like a team of 3, or even a team of 2, and kill the Invoker. But as it stood, only Tuskar came back, and he didn't kill the Invoker. Invoker killed him. Zeus is checking to see if the enemy team is rushing. We are not. And the Invoker Tornado into the rush pit also shows that no one else is rushing. Roshan, if you didn't know, he drops an item. He gives 200 gold to every person on your team, plus like 400 gold to the person who kills him, and also drops Aegis of the Immortal, which, if you pick that up, then when you die, you just come straight back to life, where you stand about 3 seconds later. So we are now smoking as 4. Ember did not get in that smoke. Smoke means you're invisible until the enemy is near. And what it does is it makes it so even if they have wards, like this exact ward right here, cannot see us. So we are basically hidden to wards. So we all run into the Rosh pit and start. That's the plan, is just work on Roshan. It's a pretty risky idea, but look how fast we can Roshan. I mean, 6,000, 5,000, 4,000, 3,000. Just keep hitting that racks. Who dropped something to get it? I think I dropped Medallion to grab it. Oh, a huge tornado onto, I don't know how many, but we blast Doom. Doom gets Timbersawed and dead. But a huge, I don't know what that was, Zeus ult or something. People are down, but guess what? Invoker's coming back. There's static link where he lands. Invoker getting low, he gets slapped into the air. Huge ult by Zeus, and then he goes invisible. 400 health left, 200 health left, but guess what? 520 movement speed because he has full Wex, and it slows the enemy by 30. I don't know how much. Slows them by 50%. So it puts Invoker to basically max health. And in mid, the Gyro is beating down the base, but the Glyph saves it. The commitment by Timbersaw, and Invoker comes back, teleports back, and sheeps him with Shift Q. Huge kill on the Gyro, 120 seconds down, buyback status. No, for every single hero. So there has been a lot of buybacks this game, but there are no buybacks available for gold or time reasons, but pretty close for most heroes. On the Radiant, a couple hundred gold for lots of heroes would give it to them. This is an intense game. 56 minutes in, the score is 61-61, and it's even racks and even towers, I believe. Let's see. No, actually, Radiant has, yeah, even towers. Importantly, Radiant has a top tier 2 though, which means they can never just slide over and kill that racks until they take care of that. So a push by Timber and Invoker up the mid because we realized there's no Gyro and no Doom for another 10 seconds. No Gyro for 60 seconds. A huge Zeus ult puts the Timbersaw to 600, but the blast and the Invoker 4 staffs Timbersaw and tornadoes the entire enemy team. Meanwhile, Sand King goes in, commits, doesn't get a kill. Timbersaw at a sliver of health. Invoker at about a third health, but that drops pretty fast. He goes invisible. Ward is dropped. There's 4 on his pursuit. They blink forward, all sorts of crap, but Invoker just goes straight past him and goes to the base. The base is at 2200. They're not defending. Timbersaw, he just used his ult. I mean Tusk, he just used his ult. But he goes into a snowball against Invoker. Invoker cold snapped him and Alacrity. Now Invoker kills the Tuskar, and I forgot that I had finished Lincoln Sphere, so the glimpse doesn't work. Zeus puts him into the air. 4 staff out. And I don't know if Zeus. Oh my gosh! So Invoker with no buyback, not because of time, but lack of gold. I'm down by 600 gold, but luckily I killed the Tuskar at around the same time that I died. But a huge kill onto the Invoker. And their Dire is drawing lines straight down the middle. Let's just end this right now. There is 70 seconds no Invoker. But 50 seconds no Tuskar. Doom picks up his Refresher Orb. So it's going to be a 5-on-4 hold for 60 seconds while Invoker's not up. And they're already past the river. Dire's past the river coming down mid. And they have the advantage on the creeps too. And they're wiping these creep waves up. Luckily, Timbersaw with his double chains, he's slowing it down a little bit. Let's see if he continues to do so. Don't let the creeps get in the base is the goal. They're in the base, they get killed immediately. Here comes the next wave. 38 more seconds, no Invoker. And it's a... but the Disruptor's not here. He's at the top defending the base because it has to be defended because there's super creeps there. So that's one advantage that they have. A huge Zeus ult, but doesn't seem like anyone even cares. Ember comes in with 3 of his things. Sand King dies. Ember's right in the middle of it. He gets a good dance off, slide of fist off, and now they're backing up. And it's like a big breath of relief to the Invoker. I remember feeling it this time. Here's the fight recap. That was a 266 game. Pretty minimal change. But the main important facts are Doom was killed and Sand King was killed, but Invoker not being there during the fight and Disruptor not during the fight. But Invoker's back up now. And I think I was the highest net worth, or probably on the team. Nope, actually Timbersaw is 25,000. Invoker's only 24,000. So here comes another invisible max movement speed, Alacrity ready movement by Invoker, and they're pinging on him, saying they know exactly where he is. It's almost like, he runs right past the board. They know exactly where I am. I step out of the thing, now in, and a glimpse attempt. or no, actually Thunderstruck attempt fails. Invoker, max movement speed. He's just walking right out of there, no problem walking away. A sheep onto Disruptor, now a Cold Snap, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits, but he 4-staffs out, he's fine. Tuskar gets an ult onto Invoker, but no big deal. Tornado goes through, misses everything. Zeus ultimate goes down. Doom is still not here. Timbersaw putting out his spells. Sand King, a single silence happens right now. Oh, but 2 of the heroes didn't because they were inside the snowball. Meanwhile, Sand King gets his ult off. He has 200 health left. The whole duration, Sand King ult was so clutch right there. Sand King now has 60 health. Everyone's low health on the Dire, but guess what? The entire Dire team is dead. Radiant so low on health, so okay on mana, but a 5-man wipe coming from just bad positioning by the Disruptor and going without Doom. Really, I don't know if they had any other choice, but incredible game. Just an all-around fun, interesting dynamic where the kills didn't necessarily, decide the game, but there was a lot of kills on both sides. Invoker 20 for 10 with 24 assists, Gyro with 23 and 13 with 23 assists. Going from top to bottom, Timbersaw 17 and 12, 24. Sand King 7, 16, 22. Okay, I'm not going to say them all, that's taking way too long, but just some amazing plays. That Sand King clutch at the end, that huge 4-man, I think 3 or 4-man ulti, full duration ulti, and he only had 200 health. I don't know, I think he went invisible, they couldn't see him or something. And just an amazing game by everyone on both sides, really. Zeus played an amazing game, Gyro played an amazing game, that huge start. Doom played pretty good. He was actually less on kill death. He was 10 and 13, but he made a huge impact on a lot of team fights. And I remember he soloed Invoker once. Actually, 2-on-1 Invoker and that play by Timbersaw. But Timbersaw finally killed him with that sliver of health. Anyway, whew, what an amazing game. What a great play by both sides. Thanks for watching.